Hello everyone and welcome to Badgerclan. This is our first nocturnal clan. I thought it was pretty cool that, it would be fun if they had some different day cycles because, well, it just makes everyone a little bit more interesting and differentiates our different clans a little bit more. But yes, this is Badgerclan. I hope you guys liked the little animatic scene in Stag Clan's last episode. But I was thinking we will go through the cats first of all. So here's Badgerstar. He is pretty darn old. He's insecure, a good swimmer, and a good teacher. A little bit about him is that he was sort of mates with Finn. Finn was a cat from Stag Clan, and she sort of found him, and they created this group. And after she died, he got his 9 lives from Sunshadow. This clan's guide. So, and he's confident and clever, so he's a little rascal. But, yeah, that's Badgerstar. And Finn had a daughter. Her name is Lightstrike. And she is very, very young. Too young to have been in the Badger attack. Badger attack on Stag Clan. There we go. But she obviously wanted to, considering she's here feeling the thrill, imagining the chaos of a large-scale battle. She's bloodthirsty and a good mediator. So she's pretty cool. Definitely will cause trouble if she survives. I have plans for her, but you never know what the random generators might throw at you. But Lightstrike, all you need to know is that you need to survive. That's all I have to ask. But of course, I will not give any special treatment. If she does get in a fight with someone, I will proceed because she is bloodthirsty. Unless I have another reason to say that she doesn't want to. Our medicine cat is Slatestone. And she is charismatic, has a helpful insight, and is a great kid sitter. And I imagine Slatestone to be very quiet. She doesn't say a lot, I imagine, and she mostly just kind of keeps to herself and helps the clan. That's sort of how I imagine her. Meadowbush is our oldest warrior. She's cunning, a good speaker, and a great teacher. She was the cat. No, she wasn't. I was just joking. I was gonna say she was the cat in the little animatic, but she was not actually. No, Meadowbush is just your average warrior. She's loyal to Badgerstar. That's about all I can really say. And then we have Kinktail, the cat you guys saw in the in the animatic. So here she is. She is lonesome and has steady paws. She usually keeps to herself, but she is trying to be a good warrior, especially to the younger cats apparently. And for the slightly younger cats, we have Branchtail, who is thinking about the strange things two legs do. He's grumpy, but he is a good kid sitter. Again, they're mostly very, very loyal to Badgerstar. I don't know if anyone really... We'll look at the relationship soon enough. So Thriftpaw wonders how Badgerstar is doing. He is faithful and also interested in the dark forest. So you kind of wonder, what kind of faith does Badgerclan have? Don't really know. And then we have Heatherpaw. Oh yeah, Thriftpaw's mentor is Meadowbush, by the way. And Heatherpaw is feeling unappreciated, probably because Lightstrike, her mentor, is always around doing other stuff. And she's nervous, which I would also be if Lightstrike was my mentor, and also an avid play fighter, which again I would also be if Lightstrike was my mentor. I don't think they do a lot of hunting together per se. But let's look at the relationships a little bit here. In general, Badgerstar seems to be pretty good terms from everyone. And Lightstrike, I looked a little bit earlier, has a very, very big romantic like towards Badgerstar. This is not true. She is basically, you know what? Okay, hold on. I forgot to do well, hold on. No, that's not right. There we go. Set adoptive parent. That should fix it. See relationships. There we go. Yeah, Badgerstar is basically her adoptive dad. Considering her and Finn. Well, Finn and Badgerstar were kind of a thing. So, Slatestone is... actually, Finn died when Lightstrike was very young, just so everyone knows. I mean, she was basically just had become a warrior when she died. But we do have Slatestone, who Lightstrike does not like, which is probably because Slatestone is the medicine cat and another cat in power, basically. Slatestone really doesn't like Meadowbush, apparently, but otherwise seems to be doing pretty well on everyone. She doesn't really have a relationship with Lightstrike. Other than that, it looks pretty good all around. Meadowbush likes Heatherpaw a lot more than her own apprentice, Thriftpaw. Also, I just noticed that Heatherpaw is apparently a male. I'm sorry if that's gonna confuse me. Heather is a classic. It's usually a female name, but I'll try my best to not confuse them. Yeah, it looks like other than that, no one really... Well, Branchtail doesn't really have any relationship with Lightstrike or Badgerstar, actually. Yeah, so there we go. And Heatherpaw does not like Thriftpaw. That is fair. Okay, so there's not really a lot more to do than just go for it. They will be pretty aggressive towards Stagclan, probably. Another thing is Badgerstar, while he is the leader, will not go out on patrols unless he specifically says so. Because he's pretty old. Him specifically, he doesn't have any like canon conditions, but I'm imagining him not really being able to move and stuff. So he's just kind of staying in camp, which means Lightstrike is basically the one who is out on patrol. And she's gonna take, well, Meadowbush is kind of, okay, well, Meadowbush apparently, and Branchtail. As well as Heatherpaw, her own apprentice. And they notice a Stagclan patrol renewing their scent markers up ahead. Well, we're gonna antagonize. Your patrol stands tall and approaches the Stagclan cats with insults and threats. They need to be sure that Stagclan knows how strong Badgerclan cats are. Branchtail spits and hisses until the other patrol leaves the area, intimidated by how your patrol is acting. Yeah, so probably what this is... Well, actually it's not, but I could imagine that's about what happened when we had the cinematic introducing Lightstrike and Badgerclan as a whole. Meadowbush and Thriftpaw, you guys need to go hunting. They come across a large rat, but unfortunately miss it. Slatestone, you're gonna go off doing your own thing. And he gathered some burdock root. So there we go. Let's just skip our first moon. And as you see, they have survived 42 moons. This is not accurate. This is just because that's what the others have done. So, first time skip, Thriftpaw has a bellyache. Great. That's wonderful. So let's see in relationships, actually. Apparently Heatherpaw is being very rude. And Thriftpaw is apologizing to Lightstrike because they bumped into her. I imagine the clan kind of tips toes around Lightstrike. Well, some of them at least. Not all of them, I don't think. And Kinktail seems to be admiring Meadowbush from afar. Well, that's interesting. But yeah, I can imagine some of them tip their little paws around Lightstrike, at least Heatherpaw, for, you know, bloodthirsty reasons. But let's go on more patrols. We'll take Lightstrike again. She's always the one leading the patrol. And she's taking Thriftpaw, not Slatestone, but that's okay. Not Badgerstar, but that's also okay. And Kinktail, it seems. Okay, so let's go on a border patrol. Okay, as the patrol is marking borderlines, a gang of rogues stride out of the long grass to confront the cats. The patrol descends into battle without a second thought, eventually driving the rogues away. Well, that's nice at least. You know, them not dying. Okay, so Meadowbush is gonna take out Heatherpaw today. And they don't get their free either. And I'm actually really excited. I don't know if they're gonna make an update to like the prey system. I think there's some way you can kind of like get it, but I would really appreciate if there was some sort of prey system / you know, hunger system in place. That would be really cool. Anyways, kind of like how there's medicine cat herbs and stuff. So, Lightstrike saved Heatherpaw from a big dog, but was badly injured. Oh great, Lightstrike, please. Thriftpaw no longer has a stomachache, and Badgerstar has gotten a heat stroke. Okay, so both the leading cats are now sick. Okay, Badgerstar thinks they don't deserve StarClan's blessing of 9 lives. That's interesting that you say that, Badgerstar, because I have plans for you as well. Interesting. And Lightstrike wonders how Slatestone is doing. Who is checking up on elders, it seems. I guess she considers our older warriors elders. Checking up on the seniors, I imagine. Okay, and it seems like Meadowbush and Branchtail are training. With, I'm assuming, Thriftpaw. And Heatherpaw is gonna go out hunting by herself. It says snuck out of camp alone, but I'm just gonna say she is out of camp alone. They don't really... I'm sure Heatherpaw is old enough. Cough. Heatherpaw has gone out of camp alone, hoping they'll find a squirrel grown lazy in the heat of Greenleaf. Running through everything they've been taught in their head, they carefully scent the air and strain their ears, hoping for any hint of the burrowing critters. The wind blows and the scent towards them. Oh my goodness. And Heatherpaw immediately drops into a crouch. It's hard to locate between the swaying stalks of grass, and they're pretty sure at one point it's long gone. But in the end, they find and catch it. Good job, Heatherpaw. And Kinktail is gonna go fix the border alone. There is a patrol... There's a small dog. She is lonesome, but she's also camp keeping. I'm not sure. I think Kinktail has more more brains than just going onto a small dog. She is lonesome. She doesn't really care that much about well, protecting the clan she cares about, but not like risking her life. She's not, you know, that invested. I don't think. But there we go. So let's do one last moon here. So we've caught up to the other clans who are also on 45 moons. Boom. There we go. Badgerstar is no longer suffering from heat stroke. However, it seems like Lightstrike is still very injured. Okay, so Lightstrike and Heatherpaw have an argument about who should get a pretty feather and end up destroying it in their fight. So, as everyone can see here, Lightstrike is very not mature. She is not mature whatsoever. She's basically, you know, she's just become an adult. And Heatherpaw asks Lightstrike how they're doing, so she seems to be a little bit scared, a little bit apologetic. Sorry. Yeah. And Badgerstar thinks they can tell Lightstrike something important. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. So then, let's see. Heatherpaw. Meadowbush is thinking about Sun Shadow. That's interesting. Well, Badgerstar was playing a prank on Slatestone, so I'm gonna take him with her. Out on a little patrol. Slatestone is on a mission to find Longwort, now that it's Leafbear is on the horizon. And the only reliable cure for Yellow Cough. They're determined that Badgerclan won't run out of it. They take along a warrior escort to help. And they found it, so that's nice. Now then, who should lead a patrol? Branchtail, possibly. Kingtail, and Meadowbush. Well, it can't be all three of you. So I guess Meadowbush is not gonna go. So it's Branchtail and Kingtail who are probably taking Heatherpaw on a border patrol. They see some... Branchtail notices suspicious paw prints in the mud. Turns out it was his own paw prints, and he huffs in embarrassment. Oh, and Meadowbush and Thriftpaw actually caught a a rabbit. So there we go. I hope you guys liked the sort of introduction here to Badgerclan. And I am so excited to share what plans I have for Badgerstar and Lightstrike's whole dynamic. Assuming, Lightstrike, you don't die from your broken bone and scrapes. Please. But yes, I'm very excited to show you guys how it's gonna go. But until next time, bye-bye.